Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Scott, aka Baker Turtle, here, bringing you a Pokemon Draft League team preview. Your boy's in another draft league. Shocker. Um, yeah, this one is part of my league. Yeah, you see that little name up there that says PFL Estes? That's my name, PFL. Yeah, PFL is the league. My part of my league. It's not just mine. I share it with Steven. Mostly because we're like the OGs, but we've added admins along the way. It was mostly like back in the PFL Pokemon Fighter League days with Jay and Joshua and Adam and um, Steven and I, and we all, were admins of this PFL page. We came up with the PFL Draft League years ago, and been running ever since. We are in season 10, but before we get into the next season of PFL majors, we're doing a little World Cup, a little side pre-league, you could say, a preseason league, preseason, and it is a new format that I am not familiar with. It is almost any ability. Yeah, almost any ability is a draft league format that you can pick almost any ability for each of your Pokemon. So the rules were that we got to draft our Pokemon, and we had to, with that Pokemon, draft the ability as well. So we can't change up our abilities. The one ability we drafted with our Pokemon is what is stuck with it. And there was obviously some restrictions, so things like Imposter and Shadow Tag and Arena Trap and just, those fucking annoying ass abilities, those were banned. We're not fucking around with that. But, yeah, so this is a very fun league. It's only 3 weeks. It's a World Cup. It's just to get us ready for the PFL Major season, which is going to start in a couple weeks. And yeah, so I'm actually doing this pretty late, because I've already done some battles. I haven't done the team preview yet, but I figured I haven't uploaded those battles yet. I've already battled in this league. Little like spoiler alert kind of thing. I don't know, a little breaking the fourth wall, but yeah. So this video will be released before I released my battle videos, but I'm recording this video after I've already had my battles. Y'all understand? Anyways, so let's just jump into the team that I drafted. I want to make this a little brief, but I drafted Corviknight Motor Drive. I think I was like third pick or something. I was super early. Maybe first pick or second pick. I can't remember, but I remember being like, fuck, let me pick one of the already broken Pokemon and take away one of its weaknesses, you know what I mean? So fire is my only weakness now. Motor Drive lets me outspeed, so I can start putting in the work. I did have Volt Absorb at first, but it was like, put Motor Drive, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let me fuck around, and perhaps I might sweep some shit. If I have Motor Drive, I can get that boosted speed. Yeah, so Motor Drive makes me immune to electric type attacks, and obviously just the regular Corviknight sets with Bulk Up, Body Press, U-Turn, Defog, Iron Head, Power Trip, just all those kind of shenanigans. Next up, I got Prankster Milotic. So I was thinking of good cores here, so I was thinking, all right, if Corviknight is immune to electric, let me get a bulky water type that, is not going to want to take electric types. That way I can switch into Corviknight. Water and the Motor Drive Corviknight are going to be pairing well with each other because they don't share the electric weakness anymore. So for my fire weakness on my Corviknight, I've got Milotic here. And for my grass and electric weakness for Milotic, I've got Corviknight. So very good core starting off the bat. Prankster allows me to recover fast. Priority recover, priority haze, which is huge in this league. Priority toxic, priority rest talk, coil, all that bullshit. So yeah, so that's good. Anyways, next up I've got Desolate Land Arcanine. So Arcanine is a great value pick. Desolate Land makes me immune to water types. and it gives me that stronger fire boost. You know what I'm saying? Give me that morning sun. Get 75%, and being immune to water is going to be huge for this. That way, this can be more. This could be very defensive as well. You know, obviously, I can have morning sun. I could have will-o-wisp or toxic. I can have extreme speed, flare blitz, flame charge, wild charge, solar beam. You know, whatever. You know, very good pick here. I think, and definitely gonna be putting in the work for me. Good speed tier. You know, base 95 in this meta. Very bulky too. Next up, I got Magic Guard Rabombi. So, Magic Guard is going to be really good for this. Makes me immune to hazards, so don't have to worry about stealth rocks. I can run Focus Sash any week I want, because I know it's not going to be broken upon entry hazards. I can also run Life Orb with no recoil, so that's very helpful as well. So I won't be burned, I can't be toxic, and all that stuff. So, really, really good. Love that. I can Quiver Dance up. Free Quiver Dance, free Sticky Webs, Life Orb damage. You know, all good in the hood. Next up, I have Grassy Surge Appleton. So I've been wanting to use Appleton for a long time. Ever since it came out. I love its design. I love how fat it is. It's just the type of Pokemon I love. High attack stats, you know, special attack 100, attack 85. So it can be either one. You know, it's not super weak for a Pokemon. And with all that HP and those defenses, can definitely be very, very bulky. And Grassy Surge is going to help me out. So now, around this time is when I started developing a plan for the rest of my team. Before this, it was just like, let me just get kind of rolls and like fill some roles. Like I wanted a bulky water type, and didn't have to be Milotic, you know. And then I wanted like just like a good fire type, and then I wanted just on a whim I wanted Rabombi. But now at this point I was like, okay, let me get a Surge Pokemon. That way I can have an Unburdened Pokemon, you know. So Unburden, get those grassy or those seeds, you know, Grassy Seed, Psychic Seed, or you know, Electric Seed, all that stuff. Unburden, get the defense boost, get the double speed, and go on that. So I was like, all right, let me think about a good Unburdened Pokemon, and I do want Grassy Surge, so I can get that. Also helps with Arcanine, so weakens earthquakes, and it helps me heal with my Milotic, and you know, it's just a very bulky heal. So like that, and I like the fact that this has recover. I haven't actually looked all the way through. So body press is good. Curse, Draco, Earthquake, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, Heavy Slam, Leech Seed. It does get recover. Like I said, Sucker Punch, so superpower. So it can be physical, it can be special, all that stuff. Next up, you know, somebody, I think right before this round, somebody drafted Adaptability Mamoswine. No. They changed it to, I think, Guts. And I was like, fuck, let me get Mini Mamoswine with Adaptability. So, Adaptability Piloswine here, definitely gonna be putting in the work. Y'all don't underestimate this shit. You know, I used to run Piloswine back in the day before without adaptability, and this thing wrecked teams, guys. Like this is very underrated Pokemon, especially with the Violet, and the offensive coverage of ground and ice is insane. So it gets knockoff. It gets, I think, superpower too. Let me check. You know, Endeavor could be good. Freeze Dry for those pesky, you know, water types, or those 4 times weak to like Pelipper or some shit. You know, I can get Pelipper. Yeah, superpower. Get superpower. You know, Stone Edge, rock coverage, toxic. So very good move pool. And wait. It doesn't get knockoff. Oh, that's only Mamoswine, I guess. So no knockoff, but yeah. So Stealth Rocks and all that shenanigans. So Piloswine definitely rounded out my team. You know, gotten like no duplicate types. Really well-rounded team here. And then next up, I wanted to get a little bit crazy. So I seen Toxicity, and right when this happened, right when I was about to draft this, I heard someone mention in the chat about like refrigerate Jolteon, because it gets hyper voice and stuff, and it can hit those ice types. And I'm like, bruh, refrigerate Toxicity though, because It gets a boom burst. And you know what boom burst does? It goes through sub. And boom burst is like fucking insane. Look at that power right there. 140, and it'll go through sub, and it's ice move. So it hits all the ground types that are gonna want to come in versus toxicity. And with a throat spray item, I can get like that +1 special attack. With shift gear down here, I can get that double speed, and I'm off to the races, guys. 1 shift gear and a throat spray, and this is sweeping teams. So all I need is that ice boom burst, and got all the coverage I need. Very good mon here. I'm just really excited to use these Pokemon. So, all right, this next Pokemon is very, very key here. I think I wanted Gardevoir or something. I wanted something else that was fairy, or no, psychic. That was psychic type. I can't remember, but I remember it being bulky. I wanted a bulky one. Oh yeah, it was Musharna. I wanted Musharna, and that thing got sniped. It was like not even last round. It's like round 7 or some shit. I'm like, bruh. So I decided to actually go with offensive psychic type here and double it up on my fairies, but it's physical. So a physical fairy and a special fairy. I think fairy is good coverage here. They don't really double up on each other. They kind of do different things, because one's physical, one's special, and they get different coverage. But I wanted to go Psychic Surge Galarian Rapidash. Now hear me out. I wanted to go Psychic Surge because that stops priority attacks. And priority is really what's going to be taking out my teams. Like Rabombi, like a Bullet Punch. If I get a Quiver Dance off, it's going to be priority that's going to want to take me out. Or Toxicity with a Shift Gear. It's going to want to be like a Sucker Punch or things like that. And so I wanted to eliminate the ability to have like priority attacks. And this is another way for my Unburdened Pokemon to get one of those seeds popped off. So another Surge here. And honestly, Galarian Rapidash is a threat. Look at that base speed. 105, 100 attack is not to be fucked with. And it gets Swords Dance. So one Swords Dance, a Psycho Cut later, a Play Rough later, and a High Horsepower later. Like, this thing is off to the races. Like, it gets Throat Chop coverage, Wild Charge coverage. I can go Zen Headbutt if I wanted. Morning Sun recovery, Low Kick. Like, this gets all the good physical coverage I need. And with that speed, it actually outspeeds a lot of good Pokemon. And Psychic Surge is going to boost my Psychic attacks. And yeah, so Dark types are not going to be able to handle this. So anyways, very good mon here. And next up, this is my Unburdened Pokemon. If anybody who's known me or who's watched my videos, you guys know I love Passimian. Passimian is, I fell in love with this year. Barely started using it, but I've always had an eye out for it. And I decided to draft it one time, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon all time. Probably up there with Scrafty as far as my top favorite fighting types. I've been backing off on Scrafty for a while because I used to use it all the time, and I like switching things up and not using the same kind of Pokemon all the time. But I used to love Scrafty all the time. The bulk up special defensive set or the Dragon Dance set with the shed skin. Scrafty is my shit. So I decided to go with Passimian for a while, and I fell in love with it because mostly of its coverage. It gets everything, guys. Acrobatics, bulk up, close combat, counter, earthquake, endeavor, even special with like energy ball, grass knot. I don't need that shit though. But look, gunk shot for those fairies, iron head for the fairies, knockoff for those ghost types and the psychic types, rock slide, seed bomb is huge for those seismitoads or those big bulky water types. Taunt, U-turn, so like everything. It's one of my favorite Pokemon ever. And with Unburdened, because it's one of its main things is that it's not fast enough and doesn't set up speed, so it can be revenged easier. And look at that base HP, base 100 and base 90 defense. That is not to laugh at. It's very bulky on the defensive side. I can, get the special defense boost. I think it's either from the grassy seed or the psychic seed. Can't remember which one, but I can get a special defense boost, get the unburden, outspeed everything, and with that high attack and that amazing coverage, it's gonna be sweeping teams, bro. Last but not least, this one is an interesting story because originally I didn't draft this. I didn't want this. It was my idea. I had a couple rounds before this. I think it was like when I was trying to get Toxicity or Rapidash or something like that. I was thinking about which ghost Pokemon I wanted because I really wanted a ghost Pokemon, and I was eyeing Haunter for like the longest. I wanted Haunter earlier than the last round, and it actually got sniped for me. So Haunter went, and I was like, fuck, that was the one I was banking on, and I was like, there was like a couple I was still looking at, and what happened was I actually had told my friend David about Poltegeist. I was like, I mentioned because he wanted, no. I was thinking, what good ability would be good with Poltegeist or some ghost Pokemons, and I was thinking, what was it? Pixelate. I was thinking Pixelate Poltegeist because if you think about it, Poltegeist is Shell Smash and Dark Pulse. It usually gets stopped by other dark types, or mostly dark types, because it's a ghost type Pokemon with Shadow Ball. It's not gonna be hitting it really super effective. But so I was thinking Pixelate because then you can hit those pesky fucking dark types with the fairy type. Your normal attacks will turn fairy. I was thinking the same idea as Refrigerate Toxicity, right? Like get a normal move, change it to the type that hits your weakness, right? So ice for the ground types on Toxicity, and fairy for the dark types for Poltegeist. But unfortunately, it doesn't have like any normal type attacks. I think it gets round. Round down here. 60 base. But that's weak. That's weak. So I was like, damn. So I was gonna get it, and that's why I told my friend David about it. And I was like, I'm not thinking about getting Poltegeist. Like, I don't want Poltegeist. He was like, you gonna get it? I was like, nah, you can get it. So he was gonna get it, but then he got sniped. Somebody else had gotten Poltegeist. Somebody sniped him Poltegeist, and then later on, someone sniped me Haunter, and I was like looking around for a ghost type, and I was like, fuck. So what ended up happening is I messaged somebody, I can't remember. I messaged somebody who had multiple ghost types on their team, and so and one of them was Poltegeist, and the guy who sniped David of the Poltegeist had already another ghost. So I messaged him. I was like, hey man, now I'm kind of interested in that Poltegeist. I was like, hey, you willing to part ways with that Poltegeist? And he actually said yeah. So the last round I actually drafted, he told me to draft Leafeon, I think it was. He wanted Leafeon, so I drafted Leafeon for him, and we agreed to trade Poltegeist for Leafeon. So he actually drafted Tinted Lens Poltegeist. So thinking about that, that's actually better in my opinion. Tinted Lens is a little OP. Wait, oh shit, here we go. No strength sap. So Tinted Lens makes it so that moves that are not very effective on a target deal double damage. So a Shadow Ball versus a Dark type now, instead of being resisted, is going to do double damage. So shit, that works for me. So Shell Smash and Shadow Ball Giga Drain is going to sweep teams. And on top of that, with my same idea as I had with Ribombee, having the Psychic Surge up is going to be huge for Poltegeist because no Shadow Sneak, no Sucker Punch, can't get those priority attacks versus Poltegeist when you got the Psychic Surge on. So I feel like I have a really, really good team, fun team. It was mostly for fun. I wanted to draft this pretty fun core here that complement each other well. Gonna be having fun with my Lolek. Might do some prankster or like coil sets or something. I got Arcanine here. Arcanine will be fun. Can be defensive or physical. Might want to use it physical more. It's really strong. Ribombee you know, the Magic Guard, Appleton is fun. I've always wanted to use Appleton. Power Swine, love Power Swine. Adaptability is going to be putting work. Toxicity is one of my favorites, one that I'm probably going to want to use. Galarian Rapidash is going to be fun to use. And Unburdened Pessimian and Poltegeist. So that rounds out my PFL AAA team. And yeah, so hope you guys like the video. Yeah, so I'll be uploading, I think it's only 3 weeks. I'll be uploading a few battles with this team soon. And yeah, so like the video if you like the team, you like the video itself. Comment down below. Who do you think is going to be like the MVP of the season? Who do you think is going to be putting in the work? You think Magic Guard Rabombi? Do you think Corviknight is going to be hard to break? Where is it? What about Toxicity, Galarian Rapidash, Pessimian, Poltegeist? Like, what do you guys think? Comment down below. And subscribe if you already haven't. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.